Welcome back to Fourth and Troll Fantasy. On to week 8, baby. Here we go. 8 studs and duds that are going to help you win or lose your week. On Fourth and Troll Fantasy today, the most entertaining fantasy show on the planet. I'm Noah Selby.
Not my Selby.
Let's jump straight into it, Wes. We got 4 studs and 4 duds. Like we said, studs, people who you need to have in your lineup. They will help you win your week. And duds, people that you gotta get them out. Gotta get them out. They're gonna ruin you and tank your week 7 chances. Let's jump into it with the quarterbacks. My stud quarterback, Wes, is Justin Fields against the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, that's right. He's probably going to get dropped in your league, and if you need him, go get him, because here is the thing. In games against a below average defense, he is averaging 30.2 fantasy points per game. Over 30 fantasy points, this guy in plus matchups for his team. I know he doesn't have Garrett Wilson. Did I make that decision before the news came out? Maybe. Am I sticking to it? Hell yeah. All right. This guy somehow in the fourth quarter of every game where he's not playing a great defense, somehow get mosquito.
Got him.
Oh,
dude.
I actually got it that time.
Oh. Let's go.
That's
dude.
what Justin Fields is going to do to your opponent. That's what Justin Fields is going to do to your opponent. That right there. He's going to get you. Carolina has allowed 3 straight quarterbacks to go over 27 fantasy points. Okay. I feel a bounce back incoming for Justin Fields. 80 plus yards on the ground. And you could say and passing too, because that would be a big jump from last week. But 80 plus yards on the ground, 2 rushing touchdowns for Justin Fields in this game. Calling a bounce back. Now, my dud, pretty plain and simple. It's a guy who's had a few good weeks, but fell off a little bit when someone went ahead and got hurt. It's Matthew Stafford, okay? Matthew Stafford's my dud for week 7. No Puka made things really tough for him in the passing game. Now, I know they'll have a week to prep for it, and maybe Jordan Whittington will step in or Tyler Higbee gets a bigger role. But I don't think any one person can fill the void in that offense that Puka Nacua leaves. So I'm just a little bit worried if I was going with Stafford based off of a couple great performances. I'm going to pivot away this week. So he is my dud quarterback for week 7.
Bold calls. I love it. And let's talk about some bold calls for the running back position, because I'm doing the stud and the dud for the same team in the NFL. And you know and love my stud for the last 2 weeks. I'm saying it's a trifecta. You call it a turkey in bowling. It's Rico Dowdle. I don't think Chuba Hubbard is keeping that starting role, at least not enough to avoid a tandem, because let's take a look at what the Panthers have done, shall we? Just pretend Noah edit an entire thing right here. I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
But
No,
you know what it had. You know what he did. Yeah.
You know what it is. The thing is, right here, if you look here, trollers, it says Rico Dowdle single-handedly won the Panthers every game the last 2 weeks. So that's the thing that is going to keep Dave Canales with going with Rico Dowdle. And that's why my dud is Chuba Hubbard. If he starts, if he's healthy, Chuba Hubbard is, I don't think, going to have the same start he had in the first couple of games of this season, the way he was playing last year. I think this backfield has flipped. We have a new guy that we can say is possibly a league winner going into Monday night. Rico Dowdle on the season is damn near top 10 on the season with just these back-to-back games because of how dominant he has been. So I'm all in as Dowdle as your starting running back in fantasy until he proves us wrong.
All right, wide receivers. My wide receiver stud is Jalen Waddle going up against the Cleveland Browns. He's so necessary to this offense now at this point. And I love HN, but he is going to PPR his way to a good performance for your fantasy teams, because you will not be able to run against Cleveland with this garbage offensive line in Miami. 6 catches and 95 plus yards in 3 career games without Tyreek Hill for Jalen Waddle since Tyreek joined Miami. Waddle's going to continue being a great option for your fantasy teams, and He's turning into a player that I'm not happy to be playing against. And when I see him in my opponent's lineup, because he is just becoming so necessary to that offense's ability to fucking blow it and lose it at the end of the game. So, anyways, he is my wide receiver stud. My wide receiver dud, dude. I am beginning to think the Browns won the trade because Travis Hunter has not panned out to be, in my opinion, worthy of the second overall pick. This guy's my dud for week 7. He's yet to top 10 points this season in full PPR. You got a little nip slip there, dude.
Dude, that's only if you're gonna edit that way, dude. I mean, the camera's on you. I'm just scratching. I'm just scratching.
I became captivated. I became captivated, dude. Sorry. They're going up against the Rams defense, very good defense. Shane Waldron is still alive, so that offensive passing game is doomed anyways. But I just don't think Travis Hunter can be started anymore. So he's my dud for week 7.
Well, let's talk about the tight end position because everyone's just loving what's going on here in 2025. And when you look at who the really great tight ends are this season, it's very difficult to name who they are. I'm not talking about who we want them to be. I'm not talking about the elite players from last season. I'm not talking about the ADP from the draft. I'm talking about right now. There's about 3 tight ends in the whole NFL that I know I can start and know I can get close to 15 points. And that's going to be Dallas Goedert right now, Jake Ferguson, and Tyler Warren. So who's my stud? It's the player that's going to be on the fence that I think you should start. Not a damn one of them do I have confidence is going to do anything in fantasy football. We are once again in NFL history in the graveyard of tight ends where we can't find anyone that is worth starting. So here's the thing. I know it seems counterintuitive because it's supposed to give advice on who to start and who to sit. Here's my advice. Have we not learned our lesson to stop drafting tight ends so early in fantasy? Let this be your reminder. We can't keep doing this. They're either going to get hurt or they're going to underperform. Noah and I talked about Ferguson a lot, talked about Tyler Warren as a great option, looking at players like Brenton Strange, who's also hurt. I mean, all the people that were really late draft picks. That's my advice because I have to give some kind of advice here. You have to wait on tight ends now in your draft going forward. And so my dud is every single other tight end because I have no confidence in any of them to consistently do anything in fantasy football for 2025. If your name is not Dallas Goedert, Jake Ferguson, or Tyler Warren, I don't trust you. And it's a shame. It's like kickers now. It's like, gee, can I get 10 points from my tight end? It's so frustrating. I know that sounds confusing, but let's just remember that for the next season. Don't draft Brock Bowers. Whoever the best tight end is this year, don't draft them. That's all I've got to say.
Don't draft Tyler Warren next year. That's how it's going to go.
Don't draft him next year. That's what we've already learned. Enjoy him for 2025.
That's going to do it. Let us know any start-sit questions, any duds questions that you may have in the comments. Better yet, join the Discord. Always having a good time in there. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. And we will see you next time. Best of luck in week 7. Goodness gracious. Best of luck in week 7. Let's get after it. And we will see you next time. My name is Noah Selby.
And I'm Wes Selby.
And this has been 4th and Troll Fantasy.